Hello everyone. As we know, the topic mensuration has two major sections and they are plane figures and solid figures. Where in plane figures we calculate area and perimeter of the given two-dimensional object, and in solid figures we measure volume and total surface area of the given three-dimensional object. And solid figures is there in your syllabus but not the plane figures. So let's start this chapter. This video is part 1 of the chapter solid figures, and in this part I'll discuss about solid cylinder and hollow cylinder. Let's start. Since this is the first day on the chapter solid figures, hence let's try to recall the meaning of some terms. First word is solid. Anything which occupies space and has a definite shape is called a solid. It is a three-dimensional figure, so it has three dimensions: length, breadth, and height. The next word, volume. The space occupied by a solid is called its volume. Next word is capacity. The capacity of a container is equal to its internal volume. Next one is volume of material. It means the amount of material used in constructing or making that three-dimensional object. In this part, the first one is solid body. The volume of material in a solid body is its external volume, or we can say total volume. The next term is hollow body. It means the volume of material required to manufacture a hollow body. It says the volume of material in a hollow body is the difference of its external volume and internal volume. Next term now is surface area. The sum of the areas of all the surfaces of a solid is called its surface area or total surface area. In this video, that is part 1 of the chapter solid figures, I discuss about solid cylinder and hollow cylinder. Definition: a solid which has uniform circular cross section is called a cylinder or a right circular cylinder. In this solid figure diagram, we observe that its one face is circular, and that is the uniform cross section of this solid, and hence it is a cylinder. It means a cylinder is a solid figure in which a uniform circular cross section is there. Next, cross section. As we know, a solid cylinder has circular cross section. Hence, its area is pi r square and perimeter is 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circular cross section. Next is volume of a solid cylinder. As we know, its circular cross section is uniform. Hence, the volume of the object is area of cross section multiplied by height, and area of cross section is pi r square and height is h. So finally, volume of a solid cylinder is pi r square h, where r is the radius of its uniform cross section and h is the height of the cylinder. Next is surface area. Under surface area, the first one is curved surface area, and that is 2 pi r h. where 2 pi r we can say perimeter of the cross section and h is height of the solid cylinder. Next, total surface area, and that is the circular surface area plus 2 times area of cross section. And we know that circular uniform cross section appears here 2 times, at one end and at the other end, where 2 pi rh is circular surface area and 2 pi r square is 2 times the area of cross section. Finally, the total surface area of a solid cylinder is 2 pi multiplied by sum of height and radius. The next part is hollow cylinder. The definition says a solid which has uniform annular cross section is called a hollow cylinder. As we could see, in a solid cylinder, the uniform cross section was a circle, and here in hollow cylinder, the uniform cross section of a solid is an annular, and in a hollow cylinder, capital R is generally used as radius of the external circle, small r is used as the radius of internal circle, and where capital R minus small r is the thickness of the hollow cylinder and h is its height. Now let's come to mathematical formula on hollow cylinder. First one, the thickness of the hollow cylinder, and that is clear, capital R minus small r, and area of cross section is the area of the outer circle minus the area of the inner circle. And finally, it is pi multiplied by difference of the square of two radius. And this capital R square minus small r square can also be written in the form of formula a square minus b square is equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b. Next is volume, and that is area of cross section multiplied by its height. So pi r square multiplied by h. Since it is an external volume, so radius should be of the outer circle. Next is curved surface area. So here for external circle, the curved surface area is 2 pi multiplied by capital R into h, where 2 pi r is the perimeter of cross section and h is the height. Similarly, internal volume is again pi r square h. Since it is the internal volume, so we use the radius of the inner circle, that is smaller. And similarly, curved surface area is 2 pi r h, where r is the radius of the internal circle. Next term is volume of the material used in this hollow cylinder, and that is external volume minus internal volume of the hollow cylinder, where pi r square h, where r is the radius of the external circle, is external volume minus pi r square h, where small r is the radius of the internal circle. Finally, the expression is pi h multiplied by difference of the square of the two radius, and here too the internal content r square minus r square can be represented in the form of formula a square minus b square as a plus b into a minus b. Now let's discuss surface area of a hollow cylinder. The first one is external curved surface area, that is 2 pi r h, where capital R is the radius of the external circle. Next, internal curved surface area, that is 2 pi rh, and here small r is the radius of the internal circle. Next is area of cross section or base area, that is the area of the external circle minus area of the internal circle, pi into capital R square minus pi into small r square. And here the factorized form of area of cross section is very much useful in calculation. Next is total surface area, that is external curved surface area plus internal curved surface area plus twice the base area or area of cross section, where 2 pi capital R into h is the external curved surface area, 2 pi small rh is the internal curved surface area, and pi multiplied by capital R square minus pi multiplied by small r square is the uniform area of cross section or base area. And finally, the expression in factorized form for the total surface area is very much useful in calculations, and that is 2 pi multiplied by sum of the radius multiplied by difference of radius added to height of the cylinder. Let's take some simple questions based on solid cylinder and hollow cylinder. Question number 1. The height of a cylinder is 20 centimeter. The radius of its base is 7 centimeter. Then find the volume and the total surface area. From the question it is clear that it is talking about a solid cylinder, where volume by formula is pi r square h, where r is the radius of its circular cross section and h is the height of the cylinder. In this expression, pi is 22 by 7 and 7 square is radius square and 20 is height. Finally, volume of the cylinder obtained is 3080 centimeter cube. Total surface area is 2 pi r square plus 2 pi rh, where 2 pi r square is twice the base area and 2 pi rh is the curved surface area. By replacing r with 7 centimeter and h with 20 centimeter, the expression is simplified and total surface area obtained is 1188 centimeter square. Let's take the next question. Question number 2. A cylinder has a diameter of 20 centimeter. Its curved surface area is 100 centimeter square. Find number 1. the height of the cylinder correct to 1 decimal place, and number 2. the volume of the cylinder. Since curved surface area, that is 100 centimeter square, is compared with the formula 2 pi rh, where r the radius is 10 centimeter, and after simplifying the equation, h is made the subject of the equation and its value is 100 multiplied by 7 whole divided by 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 10, and the expression for h is further simplified to get the value of h 1.6 centimeter. Hence, the height of the cylinder obtained is 1.6 centimeter. Next, volume of the cylinder is pi r square h, where r is 10 centimeter and 1.6 is the height of the cylinder. After simplifying the expression, the volume obtained is 502.9 centimeter cube. Here is the next question, question number 3. The height and radius of base of a solid cylinder are in the ratio 3:1. If its volume is 1029 pi centimeter square, find its total surface area. In the question for a solid cylinder, the ratio of height and radius is 3:1. Hence, height and radius can be assumed as 3x centimeter and x centimeter, where x is the ratio factor. Since volume of the cylinder is given 1029 pi, hence this value we compare with the volume pi r square h. That is the formula for volume of a solid cylinder. In the equation, r is replaced with x and h is replaced with 3x, and the equation is simplified to get the value of x, that is the ratio factor, and x obtained is 7 centimeter. Hence radius, that is x, equal to 7 centimeter, and height, that is 3x, is equal to 21 centimeter. The question asks to find out total surface area of the cylinder, and the formula is 2 pi r multiplied by sum of r and h. In the formula, we replace r with 7 and h with 21, and the expression obtained is 2 multiplied by 22 by 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by sum of 7 and 21. And the expression is simplified to get total surface area, and that comes 1232 centimeter square. Let's take another question. Question number 4. It says, a cylindrical vessel of height 24 centimeter and diameter 40 centimeter is full of water. Find the exact number of small cylindrical bottles, each of height 10 centimeter and diameter 8 centimeter, which can be filled with this water. The meaning of the question is, a big cylindrical vessel is there of height 24 centimeter and diameter 40 centimeter, and it is full of water. Some small cylindrical bottles are there, and they are identical, of height 10 centimeter and diameter 8 centimeter. Now the question is, how many bottles are required so that the water contained in the bigger vessel can completely be used to fill smaller identical cylindrical bottles? I explain it with mathematical relation. Suppose the number of bottles are n. So n multiplied by volume of one bottle is equal to the total volume of water in the bigger cylinder. Hence number of bottles is equal to volume of cylinder. Hence number of bottles required is equal to volume of the bigger cylinder divided by volume of bottle. And the value of radius and height of the cylinder and bottle is put in the expression. An expression is simplified to get the number of bottles required, and that is 60. Hence, number of bottles required is 60. It means to transfer the total volume of water from the bigger cylinder, 60 identical bottles are required. Part 1 of the chapter Solid Figures is over, in which we completely discussed about solid cylinder, means volume and surface area of solid cylinder. You prepare the topic, and at least all simple problems you must try to complete. Thank you.